Saturday storm. Emily woke up earlier than everyone again. The kitchen was still dim, and the smell of last night's dinner lingered in the air. She quietly moved a few cups, put water on for coffee, and glanced at the door to her mother-in-law's room. Maybe today will be drama-free, she thought. But no. The door creaked open before the kettle even boiled. That kettle sounds like a tractor again. Why can't we just buy a new one? Margaret muttered, rubbing her eyes. Good morning, Emily replied dryly, pouring water into a mug. The kettle works just fine. It's just a bit old. Like everything else in this apartment, and of course, my son doesn't notice because you're the homemaker. You could at least try to think about the family's comfort once in a while. Emily clenched her fingers behind those words. She heard the usual. You're not good enough. You don't deserve my son. You're doing everything wrong. I work from dawn till dusk, Margaret. Laundry, cooking, kids, work. If something bothers you, say it directly instead of dancing around it, she snapped, her voice turning cold. Oh, finally! A real voice. You usually act so polite. I can tell you just tolerate me because Alex made you take me in. You think I don't feel it? He didn't make me. Emily raised her voice. You moved in because you had nowhere else to go. We didn't put you on the street because it was the right thing to do. But you act like you own the place. Silence fell. The kettle boiled, but the tension simmered hotter. Margaret sat down slowly, tapping a spoon against her cup. When you speak like that, I see you're strong. Maybe even too strong. But you know what, Emily? I'm not your enemy. It's just hard for me. Maybe I overstep. I guess I'm scared of becoming unnecessary. Emily froze. That word, unnecessary, hit home. She had often felt that way in this apartment, and maybe Margaret felt the same. They drank their coffee quietly. For the first time, no insults, no jabs. It wasn't the end of a war, but it was a pause. And sometimes, peace starts with just that. Emily had just finished rinsing the cups when she heard the bedroom door creak. Out came Alex, messy hair, t-shirt inside out, still half asleep. Up before the alarm again. He yawned, planting a kiss on her cheek. Is there coffee? Emily nodded toward the cup. He took a sip, then noticed the looks exchanged between her and his mother. The air still buzzed with leftover tension. Did something happen? He asked cautiously, glancing from Emily to Margaret. Nothing serious, Emily said, wiping her hands. Just another heart-to-heart. Margaret rolled her eyes but said nothing. Emily, wait. Alex leaned closer. Did you two fight again? Or was it this time? Alex, don't start with again. Emily turned away. I'm just tired. Of the constant disapproval, the comments. I try, I really do. But it feels like I'll never be good enough. He was quiet for a moment, watching her. Then he turned to his mom. Mom, why do you always do this? He said firmly but calmly. Emily's not your enemy. She's the one holding everything together. Work, kids, the house. And you just… What? I just what? Margaret challenged. I just want things to be in order, to be done right. I don't know any other way. I was raised in a house where yelling replaced conversation. You think it's easy for me to stay silent when I see her. When you see me what? Emily shot back. Living in a constant state of defense. I feel like I have to earn my place here every single day. Alex slammed his cup into the sink. Water splashed everywhere. Enough, both of you. Both women fell silent. His voice was rarely loud, but now it shook the air. I love you both, but I can't take this anymore. Mom, you're a guest in our home. I need you to respect my wife. And Emily, please. Sometimes, just breathe. Don't fight every single word. I know you're strong, but I need more than a fortress. I need a woman I can be alive with. Emily looked away. Margaret, for the first time, had no reply. Silence fell again, but this time it wasn't heavy. It was cleansing. After a moment, Margaret stood, awkwardly stepped toward Emily and said, "I think I'll go take a little walk." "And you're doing a good job, Emily." "Sometimes I forget." "You're not me." The door closed behind her. Emily leaned on the table, exhaling. "Sorry, Alex. I just can't be the silent, obedient daughter-in-law. That's not me." Alex wrapped his arms around her from behind.
And I love you, not some version of you that fits someone else's mold. But let's try, the three of us, to live like grown-ups. No theater. She nodded, and in her eyes, for the first time in a long while, there was a flicker of hope. Emily woke up unusually late. Sunlight filled the room, but something kept her from jumping into her usual routine. The house was quiet. No kettle boiling, no clinking dishes, just peace. She slowly walked into the kitchen and froze. Margaret was at the stove, apron tied awkwardly, her gray hair pulled back in a loose bun. And was that the smell of cinnamon rolls? "Oh, you're up. Good morning," Margaret said with a slightly sheepish smile. "I decided to try something new. Found a cinnamon bun recipe in your notebook." Emily sat down, speechless. In all their years together, she'd never seen Margaret cook from her recipes. "And I did one more thing," Margaret added, opening a cabinet. "I reorganized the spices. You know, the ones you could never find? I labeled them. Look." Emily got up. The jars were neatly lined up with tiny labels. Coriander, ginger, meat mix. Precise. Clear, like her own mother's spice drawer long ago. "Margaret." Emily started, but the older woman waved her off. "I know. It's sudden, but I thought, what if I really have been controlling instead of loving? And what if this house isn't my old one, but your new one?" Emily inhaled the warm scent of cinnamon. Her eyes stung. "I haven't always been gentle either. My tongue's like a sword sometimes," she admitted. "But I don't want to fight with you. I just want us to be a family. Maybe not perfectly, but at least try." "Good," Margaret nodded, wiping her hands on the apron. "Because honestly, I'm tired of being angry. At my age, it's worse for the heart than for the pride." They smiled. Genuinely. Just then, Alex appeared in the doorway. He stretched, sniffed the air, and blinked. "Is that peace and cinnamon?" "It's an attempt," said Emily. "It's a second chance," added Margaret. And all three of them laughed. There might still be arguments, maybe even tears. But on this morning, the air didn't just smell of cinnamon. It smelled like a new beginning.